So we talked about how to inflect the verb in indicative mood. Let's talk about another mood, the imperative. So an imperative is a direct command. You're speaking to somebody, directly to somebody, or directly to somebodies, and you are commanding that they do something, okay? So how do we form this? Or how is it different from forming other conjugates? So whereas in like something like present tense, we have a first person, second person, third person, we have singular, we have plural, which come with their own endings. You know, the O, the M, the S, the T, the mus, the tis, the nt. In imperative, we just have the ending of the vowel in the singular, and then the vowel plus TE in the plural. So we don't have to worry about, is this first person, is this second person, is this third person? It's going to be in the second person because you're talking to somebody. You're not talking as yourself. You're not talking as a third person. You're talking to someone directly. You there, singular, you there, plural. So what does this look like? So if we take our first conjugation, okay? So we'll pull out a first conjugation verb here. We'll do woco, vocare, vocavi, vocatum. To call. Okay, so if I wanted to say, if I wanted to tell somebody, if I wanted to order them to call, I would take, so we use the same stem as we do in the present system. Go to my second principal part, pull out my present stem there, and that's it for the singular. Yep, including my vowel. Woka. So that translates to, hey, you there, call. And then you can add on an object to that. You can say, wokame. That is the accusative form of egomei, me, which then becomes call me. You could do woka eum, call him. Pretty simple. So for the plural, we do the same thing, except for we add the te onto the end. So we take that same stem, woka te, you all, y'all. So wokateme, wokateum, y'all call me. Y'all call him. So that's for first conjugation, not too complicated. So remember, this is a mood. This is an imperative mood. We've been working in the indicative. Now this is, I'm showing you the imperative mood. Okay, let's let's look at another one. For second conjugation, so our first conjugation ends in O and ARE. That's how we identify them. Second conjugation is going to end in EO, ERE. So we'll use video, videre, witty, wisum, to see. Okay, so remember EO, ERE, that's what tells us we're in the second conjugation. So same thing, you go and you grab your present active stem, your present system stem, and that is your singular. So you there, see. For plural, you take that stem and you add the TE to the end. So vide for singular, videte for plural. So second conjugation, first conjugation do the same thing. Third conjugation is, sorry, not third conjugation, fourth conjugation is going to do the same thing. So remember, fourth conjugation, I know we haven't worked with it yet, but fourth conjugation ends in I, IO, and IRE. So we'll use skio. So there's that IO, skide, the IRE, skiwi, skitum. Okay. So the IO, the IRE tells you you're in fourth conjugation. So for singular imperative for fourth conjugation, you do the same thing. You take out the present active stem. There is your singular imperative. No. Your plural, you do the exact same thing as you have with first conjugation and with second conjugation. You take that stem and then you add te, te to the end, skite. Y'all know. Okay. Then for both third and third IO, so if we remember third, both third and third IO are going to use an E in their singular and an I in their plural. So remember, third conjugation ends in O in the first principal part and ERE in the second principal part. So we'll use meto, metere. So O here, ERE here. Right? So singular. We're just taking out our stem here, including our vowel, because in the singular, it keeps its vowel, keeps the regular vowel. Okay, so this would be send. And then in the plural, instead of the E there, that vowel is going to change to an I. And the same thing with the first, second, and fourth. We're gonna add the TE onto the end. So go from mitte, it becomes mitete. So if we look at, so there's third conjugation. So third IO does the exact same thing. So remember, how do we tell third IO? Third IO ends in IO in the first principal part, but ERE in the second principal part. So we'll use facio facere, feci factum. So to make. Singular is going to retain its vowels. So we're just going to take that right out of there. Bloop. Singular. Face. Make. Plural. Facite. Y'all make. Oh, hang on, wait. Facio is not a great example to use there because facio does this strange thing in the singular where it just uses the consonant, not the vowel. But it does the same thing in the, does the same thing as third conjugation in the plural. Just in the singular, it is simply fac instead of face. Let's pull out another third IO just to make sure that's clear. We'll use capio capere, because yes, facio uses a different imperative. So we'll use instead as our example because capio behaves more regularly than facio does. Capio capere, cepi captum. So this is to seize. To seize, to take hold of. So for a singular, it would be cape, grab. And then for the seize, you there, seize him. For the plural, capite. Guards, seize them. So to give you a few examples of these. Yeah, gross. Okay. I gave you vocame, which is call me, wide me, which is see me, or ski tuos amigos, know your friends. Like I just said on the other one. Capoeirum, seize the man. So there you have your imperative. So along with imperative, sometimes what you'll have with that, or just kind of something in the same vein, is the vocative. So we talked about the 5 regular noun cases. Now we'll talk about vocative, which is, it's fairly regular and it's used quite a bit. But I wanted to focus on the regular noun cases first because there's a lot more to them. Vocative, it's kind of like the imperative where it only has 2 forms. So it's not an order, it's just a direct address. Okay, so when you're speaking directly to one person or one thing or multiple persons, multiple things. So in our first declension is going to be the same as the nominative form in both the plural and singular. So first declension, be same as nominative. So for singular, it's going to be A. For plural, it'll be AE. So if we took puella, the vocative singular form would be same as nominative, puella. Vocative plural form, puella. So talking to one individual girl, hey girl. Talking to multiple girls, hey girls, okay? For second declension, masculine, we'll make sure. So this is masculine ending in US. That's important there. The vocative form will change to E. So really kind of common and famous usage or example of this is et tu, Brute, from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Caesar has been stabbed and he's speaking directly to Brutus. Brutus, that is a second declension masculine noun, proper name. He's speaking directly to him. Brutus here is in the vocative. So the vocative form of Brutus, as in US, is Brute. Okay, that US only in the vocative changes to an E. For the plural, that is going to change to an I. It's the same as the nominative plural, okay? So for second declension masculine that ends in US, you're going to use an E. For this is for singular. So let's put singular right here, singular. For plural, it would end in an I. So we wouldn't use Brutus here as the example for the plural because, well, I mean, we could talk to lots of Brutuses, but we'll use amicus. So the singular nominative form of amicus here, the vocative form, singular vocative for amicus would be amicae, amici, amicae, and then plural amici. All right, let's get a little bit more room here for other masculines. For our masculine, excuse me, for our second declension, masculine nouns that end in R, so like puer or weir, that is going to get in the singular, that is going to be just as is. So you don't have to do anything there. Where or where. Like you're directly talking to a boy, excuse me, directly talking to a man. For the plural, same thing. It's going to be the plural form, which is pueri for boy, vere for man. So that one you don't have to do any changes for, so that's nice. There's another masculine form here. If you look at filius, this is a second declension noun. Filius, filii, it's an I stem, so it has that extra I. It has that I in there, and that makes it do a little bit different stuff. So it's the son. So instead of changing this to an E, we're just leaving it as is for like you do with everything, with the other forms, with the ones that end in R. For singular, you just chop off the US. So anything that's kind of like IUS like this, it's just filii. And then for the plural, you just use the plural form, which is filii. Okay. And for our neuter, excuse me, second declension neuter. You just get to use the nominative forms. So if we use donum, doni, which is gift, the singular vocative, if you're talking to a gift, be wrapped gift, you get to use the nominative, donum, nominative singular. And then in the plural, you can just use the nominative plural. Dona. Pretty easy.